to document. It can happen to anyone. And I'm just going to point to something that just sparked what Linda just said, and talking about Elliot and his traveling band, which is something all the teachers took notice of, would make great documentation. We've all thought, because we all actually witnessed it from different angles. I know Jacob saw the New York leg of the tour, and I was over here in Seattle when they made their rounds over to me. And so the little phrase that you said stuck out in my mind of the stuff that's there and what they make of it. And that, to me, instantly, I just heard that as that's the title of the documentation. The stuff that's there and what they made of it. And you can make that the title, and you can even, I always start with the title. I'm the type of person who, I hear the title and it's like, and then I fill in the rest. And pictures, pictures, pictures is what I can say. Pictures speak 1,000 words. So if you want to come with me in the breakout group today, we're going to be looking at a lot of our documentation and reflecting on it, and I want to hear what some of your challenges are and what your ideas are, because documenting is a really personal thing. It's your writing, it's your ideas, it's your way of seeing, and that's something that's not always easy to convey if writing doesn't come naturally to you, or if it feels intimidating to put things up on the wall, or you're scared what parents might say or think. If you're showing their kids covering themselves head to toe in mud or something, you know that one parent's going to be like, why did you do that to my kid? It's scary. It can feel scary. So essentially, the way that we view documentation here, documentation is a way of looking. It's a way of seeing. It's telling a story. It's as simple as Elliot made a band, and you start there, and you talk about it. You tell people what you saw, and you write it down, and you take pictures. It makes learning and growth visible, which is just fantastic for parents, for children, and for teachers. It helps you to see maybe an arc of something that's happening in the classroom, or the start of something that might go somewhere else. The children then get to see, the teachers look, they took pictures of me playing in the band. This is something that happened, and they feel valued, they feel seen, they feel like my ideas are important, which is a wonderful thing to give children. It's better than any good job. Good job, beautiful picture. Showing them that you took pictures of what they did, and you're telling this story about what they did, is really affirming for children. And reflective. It helps them reflect on what they did and get new ideas about what they want to do next, or where they want to go with it next. So it is a reflective tool for teaching as well. When you take pictures, when you think about what is actually happening here, what's the learning that's going on, what are the kids getting out of this, what's happening here, and even just staying in that questioning space. You don't even have to answer your own questions. You can just be in that questioning place. What's going on here? And just have that be a documentation. So it is a reflective tool. It helps us ask questions. It helps us look at our own practices as teachers and grow. I know it's made me grow. Having to think about and write about what goes on with the children here has really helped me then when I'm in the classroom and observing, because I'm thinking in that way of what's actually happening here and how can I tell that story. It helps build on previous knowledge or experience, like I talked about, for teachers and for children. That's what's so great about documentation, because it's for everybody. It's for parents, it's for teachers, and it's for children, and everybody benefits from it. We base it on observation. We look. We're just looking. We're watching for all the goings-on, and taking notes, and taking down what the children dialogue, what the children are saying to each other when they're doing these things. That always, I find it super helpful to have some kind of recording device, because it's very difficult, because children talk super fast, and you're like, oh my god, like my writing, you can see in my notes, just gets progressively hen-scratchier as it goes on, because I'm trying to write so fast. So documentation is something that is unique to the identity of the school. No two pieces of documentation are going to be the same in both schools, because it's an individual's voice. And that's the other thing that's so wonderful about it, is that it's your way of looking at children. And it's wonderful for parents to come in and see a documentation done by Daryl on the wall, and hear Daryl's way of looking at something, and then to go down the hall and see one by Michelle, and here's something that Michelle took note of, and they're different. The writing styles are different. The way that they talk about things is different, and it's a wonderful, wonderful way to show what our community is like and who is here, and that we see their children and show them what's going on during the day. Parents especially appreciate documentation. So the quote here by Loris Malaguzzi, teachers must learn to interpret ongoing processes rather than wait to evaluate results.